Hello everybody, my name is Everspace. This is Everspace 2. It's a game I've been playing quite a bit this last, I would say probably 3-4 months. It's a single player space game. Single player, you could say space simulation game, trading, shooting kind of game. Where you're in spaceships, upgrade your spaceship, become better and better spaceship. And it's a lot of focus on single player. There's no multiplayer here at all actually. And I think it's so cool because I'm so used to playing multiplayer games all the time, EVE Online, Elite Dangerous, a lot of other games I've been playing, always this multiplayer, but this is just strictly single player game, so you can really tell in this game how much effort they've put on making the sort of the experience, the immersion, the lore, the missions, a lot more like well thought out compared to other multiplayer games I'm used to. I just wanted to give you guys a little quick showcase of this game because I think this game is a really cool game and I'll explain to you why I like it. I'll show you a bit of like the progression of what I'm doing right now. So, got here, we got our ship, my ship, the Stellar Wind 2 Plus. The different tiers of ships. In EVE Online, there's like tier 1 ships, tier 2 ships. In Everspace, there's tier 1 ships, tier 2 ships, tier 3 ships, and I think there's even tier 4 ships, but I've never encountered them. And there's also tier 2 Plus, so it's like a better version of a tier 2 ship. And they aesthetically look a bit different. So here I am, at least in my ship. You can actually customize your ship quite a bit in terms of both how it works, but also its appearance. And that's something I really like about this game, because if you've seen my videos on EVE Online, I talk a lot about how I love having it aesthetically pleasing, like making my ships look really cool. So I've got my ship here, and I've got like a whole loadout. I've got different types of guns, you can do cruise missiles, high capacity missiles. How it works is you've got two types of weapons. You've got your main like primary weapon, you've got secondary weapons. Secondary weapons are usually missiles. I think they are only missiles. And then you've got primary weapon, which is like sort of like a gun in some shape or form. And then you've got your power core, which determines how much power your ship can have. You've got the shield, determines how much shield you have. Armor, sensor determines how far you can see out. The signatures, booster determines your like boost speed, travel speed, and the cargo. It's a pretty simple game. Like there's nothing really like super complex about this game, and I like that because it's pretty easy to get into, pretty straightforward. But also, I think it's very satisfying to play. Oh, I don't want to go to the menu there. So, if we go to our ship, and we've got customized style, like this is what I love here. You can just customize your ship so much. This is what EVE Online needs. I don't know why they don't have this, but you've got so many different options here. You've got the paint job, which you can change to like many different nuances. And then you can even change like the degree of the color, etc., and change all these different colors here. And then something I love is that you got ship modules. You can change different types of modules in the ship. And you unlock these as you progress in the game. No microtransactions or anything of that kind of crap. You just got your cool looking ship that you can unlock by playing the game like a normal person. And then you see you got the rears here. So I really like this game. It's really cool. Let's see. Just exit here. And we can do some missions. Like the game focuses around doing missions, you could say. It focuses around doing a story. I've pretty much completed the story. There's a long story. It took me quite a while to finish it, actually. It took me about 50 hours of gameplay. So it's not at all something you would usually do in one day. I can imagine there's a lot of speedrunners who would do this in one day, but it was really nice. It was really fun to do. I like it a lot. And there's still like a bit of a story, but you could say it's not as serious now that I've completed it. Because the whole story, if I undock here, I'm just going to turn the volume down a little bit. The whole story revolved around my character here. He's like a clone pilot, you can say. He's a kind of pilot who is a clone of like an old military cloning facility, which will use clones to fight in a war. And he is like a good clone, and he's going out to sort of make the universe a sort of better place, you could say. Or not a better place, but like he's sort of escaped and wants to just live his own life. So then he just does missions for other people, eventually gets entangled into a war that is supposed to break out, and he tries to help prevent this war. And that's sort of like a short summary of how this story, or what the background to this game is. I don't want to go into too much details because that might spoil it for people who want to actually play this game. But this is the home base we've got our home base here. You can boost, as you can see. The boost is affected by what kind of boost module you have. This game looks gorgeous. You hold down left alt, you can move around here. You can see your ship. Got this is the home base. There's only one home base. You can't buy like different home bases at places. This is just the one home base that everyone has when they play this game. And it's in this asteroid here. Bit of a deserted asteroid base. You can do mining in this game, but mining is not really like mining in the sense of like mining in other games. It's just you shoot the ore and you get the ore. Oh, maybe you do not want to see that to avoid spoiling the story here. I'm going to try to avoid as many spoilers as possible. But you've got ores. Ores, they don't have a lot of use directly in terms of financial value. Ores in this game have a lot of use when it comes to upgrading your current modules to the little next extra step, you could say. Because you've got a level system in this game. I think that the max level is 30. I'm 24, as you can see. Just blow up the asteroid with a missile, because you need to, these kind of asteroids are required to use missiles to blow them up. You can't with conventional weapons. And you can open like containers you can find everywhere. And how ores work is that you use them then to upgrade your existing module. So say we got this cargo unit, we can dismantle this. Dismantle. Okay, good. So we've got some parts, and often you use like ore and parts. You can use it to upgrade modules. Like say we've got this booster here, it's level 18. We can modify it and we can increase its level. And it requires different parts. Modify. There we go, we increased it. So it's sort of a way to just quickly get some small upgrades to your modules you've got. But it's not, you could say, a way to ends all be all to get the best modules, because you can only max upgrade like 2 levels or 2 rarities or something like that. So it's a lot of focus around looting and shooting. Loot and shoot. It's very like a low IQ required, but also a high amount of fun, in my opinion, required. But for the more, you could say, complex people, the more people who are a bit more sophisticated, they probably will not have a lot of enjoyment in this game. Okay, let's go to the Union Bridge. The way this universe is built is that we've got different star systems. You can see the star system Ceto, Kate Nebula, Zarkov, Union Drake, Ethon, Kion, etc. And you've got warp gates that go in between of these, and you can use your warp drive to go inside the system. Same way you got in EVE Online. But this, like, there's so much ambience, so much universe lore. The feeling I get, like a lot of feelings you get from this game, I feel like, compared to other games. It's a very vibrant universe, if I were to use the better described term. You got trading posts over there, which you can go there. I don't think it's that useful right now. And the reason we're going here is because this is marked as a blue, because there's a side quest that I've got that leads to here. And it's, if we can just get a better look at this, you can see here blue, Drake Passage. So I think I'm gonna go to the Drake system to be able to do this mission. So go here, go to the Drake system, and then there's unknown signals here as well. This unknown signal. You can dock up here. Not dock up, just enter this unknown signature. And you can encounter scrubs here. There's like a base here that we need to destroy. Like random encounters, you could say, you encounter. And there's a certain amount of these random encounters until they become not so pretty, you could say, like recognizable. But they all do scale in difficulty. They are not like exactly the same in the way that they're always going to be as easy, because the levels of these enemies reflects the levels of the system, and the levels of the system goes up over time as you level up yourself. So it's not going to be super easy all the time. I'm going to ignore that because I want to go to Drake's Passage instead. Go to Drake's Passage, and the mission we've got to do is rips in space. So we need these modules, it seems, here. So I guess it's not a particularly interesting side quest. It's not something I want to show you guys, because there's like different upgrades you could say to different systems. You've got a system called the spatial bypass, for example, and that is something that allows me to create new jump gates. Like it's like, you could say, not a system, but like a project that's going on, like a mini missions, you could say. So this mission then is telling me to get certain parts so that I can build this spatial bypass to give me more access to warp points around the game. So you can see here, you've got crates. You can just loot here, loot. It's pretty satisfying to loot these, in my opinion. Sometimes it can get annoying when you got these like low tier crates, because there's different types of crates. There's that one I just got now as a low tier crate, but sometimes it can include good stuff. But then there's also like these bulletproof container crates that are a lot more valuable, but they usually require you to do something to unlock them. But they also require include pretty cool modules now. Okay, let's go here. So in the Drake system, this is probably my favorite system. It's pretty dark here, but also it's got a lot of life with like gangs here. I think it's a pretty cool one to chill out, and there's a lot of humans here, because there's a system that has very few humans in, and I feel it feels like it's completely abandoned. Exactly, they are just left for us. Okay, let's get. Oh, we've got mines. Those things are very dangerous because they do tons of damage, especially if they're leveled high. Because you see these people here, they're level 20, so they're not going to be so difficult. As you can tell, completely annihilate them. But if we were to have the same thing goes for these mines. So if they are very high, they can sometimes one-shot you. So it's very important in this game to level up fast. You need to be able to level up so that you can match the enemies around you. Because if you like level up, then eventually the enemies are going to level up as well. But there's a certain point you need to get like some levels. That's what happened in the beginning of this game when I started playing it. And then oh, there's some credits. I was like, what the heck? Why is everything wrecking me? That's just because I didn't level up enough. So I've got different weapons here. You can see I've got this flak. This is a pretty easily to hit weapon. It's able to like shoot a ball that is just explodes when it comes close to an enemy. And then I've got the minigun. This one here, or chain gun, I think it's called. It's like a machine gun. Does a lot of damage. Has short range. Very good against armor, not good against shields. And then I got a railgun, which is a weapon which I'll show you shortly. It shoots two, say, laser beams or rail gun projectiles that do a decent amount of damage, not crazy, very long range. See if we can dock up here to this undiscovered site. Not dock up here, I keep using the word dock up here as if we were playing EVE Online. Okay, so we've got something to do here. Dark energy, which we need to... Oh, there's a lot of people here. Oh, whoa. Look at that guy, got completely wrecked, annihilated. That cargo unit seems pretty good, actually. It's a lot better than our current one, this level 18, so we'll get that. And this here is good to dismantle because the blue and green, like there's different tiers of items. So there's first the grey ones, which are like, this is not a grey. All these are consumables in this slot here, so that's why they're mostly grey. But the first is grey, then you got green is better, then blue is even better, then red's really good, then legendary is the best, and you can only have one legendary at a time. So I got that blue module, and it is also level 24, so just generally speaking, higher level modules are better than the lower ones, because they usually provide better stats. Not always, but usually that's the case. Like if you have a blue 24 item versus a blue level 18 item, the level difference is so high, I do not even have to look. The level, the stats are better because I know they will, since the level difference is so high. So I've got some abilities here, and you can't see them in this part, but you can see them in ship and here. These are abilities. I've got temporal, nano, recon, some state, energize, boost, and teleport, and you can acquire different, you say, abilities of time, buy them from shops, unlock them by I think destroying enemies. And I've got one that's teleporting here, one that is a boost. And then number one is armor repairing, and I can't use it because I'm currently I got full armor.
You're just sore you didn't come up with it yourself. I have other priorities in case you fail to notice. Keeping you alive.
Oh, actually, we do have enough of these. You could say the modules required to build this spatial bypass.
I'm at the first location. So what happens now?
Use the cube with the right components to create a rip in space.
Let's see if we can do that.
Space, yeah.
Can't skip these,
I'll call you
unfortunately.
again once I have the basics. All right. Seems like I need all the parts to make this work.
We already had a lot
Let's see what
of
we got.
parts. That's pretty cool. Okay, construct. There we go.
I did
Good.
it. It's done.
So that's like how a mission could be. Like, you don't have to do this, and then that's it.
Spatial bypass. Now,
Let's use this.
I need to establish more points if I want to get around quickly.
And what I usually do if I have to, because now for real life reasons I have to end now, but what I'll do is I'll click on save, and then I'll save the game, because you need to save games to be able to, like, it's a good idea to do it. You've got auto saves, but it's good to manual save, because it can sometimes happen that it doesn't save properly, or the game could get glitched for some reason. It's always good then to have a manual save which you can go back to. So we've got that saved, and now that's Everspace 2. I think I might make another video showing you guys how I continue with this mission here. But that's a pretty cool game. I like the space game. It's really fun, really immersive. And I definitely think you guys should try it out if you like these kinds of space sim games and want to try a bit more different style from the typical multiplayer game you would find in like EVE Online, Elite Dangerous. I think if you like those games, you will like this game probably. It'll be quite relaxing and also quite enjoying to experience this story and also just explore a new universe. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.